Hey, welcome back. We're going to be covering intersections within intersections. We actually did this as our very first video on this channel, but it's been a while and I just want to redo it again in a slightly more fancier way than what we did before in our studio thing. Anyway, look, intersections, okay, dead easy to use. The widget is over there in Elementor, right there. You can't miss it. But please don't overdo it. Don't abuse intersections. Too many intersections is going to start to affect how quick your widgets render, and it's going to add bloat, and it's just going to affect performance, okay? At some point, you're going to start getting warnings on GT metrics or other areas where it's going to start talking about intersections. Don't overdo it. But if you had to do it, whereby you had columns and then within the column you wanted to kind of split a column up into multiple other columns, this is where the intersection can be your friend. And I'm going to show you how you add an intersection into an intersection. Dead simple. By the way, I'm Imran, part of Web Squadron. I hope you like, subscribe and follow us so you can keep up to date with everything about Elementor and WordPress to help you, your clients and your businesses. Business. Maybe you got loads of businesses. I don't know. You know, if you have, come and let me know. Right, so the dead simple way to do this is you might already have a section and you might have split that section into, you might already have two columns within there. Now within this column, you want to add another section or an intersection. So if I drop this into there, within that column, we now have an intersection. And that is pretty dead simple, okay? We have section 1, which is here. And within column 1, we have an intersection. Pretty simple, okay? In fact, what I'm going to do to make it clearer is just give this some color. So section 1 is going to be red. Intersection 1, which sits within column 1, is now going to have a orange color. It's a weird color palette I have on here, isn't it? So we've got red and we've got orange. Now within column 1 of intersection 1, I want to add another 2 columns within there. I don't just want to click over here and say add new column like that. No, I actually want to have 2 new columns within because of the way I want to lay out my widgets. Now, if you try to add in another intersection into an intersection, it just won't work. Okay, you're just going to be sitting there dragging. It's just not going to work for you. Unless you put it underneath, which is not what we want, okay? It won't allow it to go inside. So how do we get around this? Dead simple. What you do is you copy the parent column before the intersection. Okay, so this, let me just click it again just to make this absolutely clear, okay? We have column 1, there is the intersection. Okay, I've clicked on the intersection. That column there is the parent column before the intersection. It's not this column. And it's not the column of the section. Well, it is the column of the section because in this we only have one section and the very first column in there is the parent column, okay? So that is the intersection, but that is the parent column where the intersection sits. We will copy, you're not duplicating, you're just copying. We're copying the parent column. We then go to our intersection. And I now am going to make another intersection into the first column of that. So I'm going to now go to column 1 of the intersection, right? Not the parent column, the column of the intersection. And I am going to paste the intersection back in. Now, you're looking at this and you might not see it, but there is now the 2 original columns and 2 new columns as part of the intersection. Let me color it to make it clearer. So if we now go to the intersection over here and we go to column 1 and I hit the plus sign, there is nothing there, even though we pasted. If I go to the original column 2, there is nothing there. But there is now a 3rd column that's been added, and within that 3rd column there is an intersection. Let's just get rid of the first column of the intersection just so we keep it as a 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So we now have a intersection there, and I'm now going to color that intersection a slightly different color just so we can start to see it. Let's go for a light gray. So can we now see section 1 is red, intersection 1 is orange, intersection 2 within that is now a grey colour. And if I now go to the column that sits as the parent column to the next intersection, so look, please stay with me on this section. This was a parent column before we had the intersection. This is now a parent column because we pasted an intersection into it. So if I go here, okay, and I now copy that, and I go to the new intersection, the grey one, and I go to the first column, and I hit paste, I've now created another intersection. So I'm going to get rid of the column to the left because I don't want to have too many column upon column upon column. I'm now going to go to this new intersection and I'm going to colour it. Let's go for a dark colour. So look, we have, I'm not going to do preview because there's no content, so it'll all just vanish. Section 1 red, intersection 1 grey, intersection 2 light grey, intersection 3 dark grey, charcoaly grey, something, right? That means I can start to present items any way I want. And I'm just going to make a point here by just sticking a video into that column. I'm going to stick another video into this column. I'm going to stick another video into that column. And I'm going to stick another video into... Will it work if I do that? There we go. That looks ridiculously horrendous now, doesn't it? I mean, look at it. It goes do. I haven't sized it accordingly, but I got video. You can start to mess around with your content now. So intersection within intersection is totally doable. Just make sure that wherever you put the intersection, you copy the parent column where it sits and then paste it into the first column of the intersection. And away you go. Dead simple. I hope you like, I hope you subscribe, and I hope to see you soon.